find what you're looking for out in the world? Right here in Halifax.
It is often thought that glory is a matter of fate. But the truth is, no one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no perfect scenarios, no days off. Things won't always go the way you expect. Sometimes you may ask yourself, why me? Why now? But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. It doesn't matter how strong your rival is or how hard the game gets. Doesn't matter if all eyes are on you or if nobody's watching. And if you're forced to improvise, show everyone there are no limits to what you can do. In that moment, nothing else matters. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
At Dalhousie University, ocean expertise flows directly into the blue economy. We're advancing clean tech and digital solutions and shaping tomorrow's workforce. We're turning today's challenges in medicine and healthcare into tomorrow's opportunities. And through our community partnerships, we support discovery and inclusion that make a real difference. This is Dalhousie University, where local collaboration meets global impact.
And welcome to the 2025 Rising Tides Canada Youth Cup at Wickwire Field in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Today's match is the U15 girls final. FC U15 girls and PEI FC U15 girls. Today's starting lineup for the visiting PEI U15 girls. In goal, number 30, Emma Ron. Number 7, Eva. Rowell. Number 14, Phoebe Lacour. Number 18, Maya Biswas. Number 22, Claire Ramsey. And number 23, Mayal Ronahan. And for Suburban FC U15 girls. Starting in goal, number 1, Amelia Sullivan. Number 32, Abby Thompson. Number 14, Addie Heisen. Number 21, Ayla Ball. Number 17, Carly Dixon. Number 7, Alana Manuel Britton. Number 29, Lyndon McCulley. Number 33, Morgan Clark. Number 30, Naomi Kamal. Number 4, Stella Malone. And number 10, Willa Foster. Rising Tides Canada Youth Cup sponsorship by athletes, coaches, and fans. Request for cooperation and supporting athletes and officials with a positive manner. Rising Tides would like to thank our presenting sponsors, Maritime. Thanks Nova Scotia for helping us support this event. And in season right here on August 29th with the women at 5 p.m. and the men following at 7:30 p.m. Catch all the action on broadcast partner Maritime Athletic finals for their coverage of all games and bringing the streams to fans near and far. Visit Maritime Athletic profile on YouTube for a full live stream of all tournament matches. And want to learn more about participating athletes and teams? You can access the official Rising Tides Canada Youth Cup digital program at www.canadayouthcup.com/pro.
And welcome everyone to an upcoming exciting matchup. PEI FC U15 taking on Suburban FC, a U15 gold medal matchup. Winner will win gold and second place silver, so it should be a fun one. Myself, Connor McKinnon, giving you play-by-play broadcasting coverage along with my partner Ethan Green Eggs and Ham. Just kidding, Ethan Greenham. Couldn't help myself there as we're about to start this one of the final games we'll have for gold medal, which should be a good one here, as we just mentioned, as we're at the Wickwire Field, located on the Dalhousie University campus. And Ethan, whenever it comes to gold medal games, there's a lot of pressure for both teams, and probably one of the most difficult part for being, U15, so a lot of the nerves probably get to you a little bit. It's all about settling down, so I'm sure that just within the few minutes we'll see how everyone kind of settles and gets together and being able to play their brand of soccer.
Yeah, both teams, obviously club soccer means so much more to some of these players, trying to win with their teammates that they know so well, and gold, that's such a big tournament over 5 days and 4 long games for these teams. It's a lot of nerves can build up, and early start downfield for Suburban gets stopped by PEI, and we'll see how they level out in this match. And this one being a U15, 35-minute halves in this contest.
I think Suburban FC's already. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so you're good. Yeah, just checking. And pass up ahead. As PEI trying to set up their offense, and we talk about some of the key players, at least on the PEI side of things. Ava Ramsey is someone who has been a really good striker for this team throughout the 5 days of the tournament. So someone else to watch out for on that roster.
Corner kick coming up here. So big chance for PEI to start going.
And for Suburban FC, they have a lot of different goal scorers. There's a lot of different ways they can get their offense from, so that's always something to watch out for your PEI, is that they get a different array of scoring from multiple different players. This is an early chance for PEI. Here comes the kick from the corner. And cleared away. As PEI still trying to keep it in play, while Suburban FC trying to get it out of harm's way, make life a little bit easier.
Suburban start in their back right corner.
And Sullivan makes a pretty routine play from the netminder role.
PEI coming out with a lot of energy to start this game.
PEI has put a lot of pressure on Suburban FC defensively, and they've done a great job of being able to facilitate and set their teammates up. And we'll see how Suburban FC, as they get to Kamau, makes a move up to the right side of the field and kicked away, but still stays with Suburban FC.
Throw from good position on the right side for them.
Yeah. Bald with the throw in for Suburban. Again, hard to see on this angle from the press box as Bald sends a shot over. Was trying to find her teammate Manuel Britton.
Ball goes out one more time there, and Suburban will pick that up again. Philo Bald throws that. Cleared out.
As Morgan Clark will have the throw in on the opposite side of the pitch and throwing it into Willa Foster. That headed off and staved away by LaCour. And play defensively, but it's going to lead to a corner kick with Clark going to take it. Early chance here for Suburban FC to try to get a goal.
Yeah, and this will be their best chance so far in this one.
Here comes a line drive. Corner kick, as it's still in the box area. Dangerous territory, and it goes up and in for a goal. Not in the fashion, probably not how they drew it up, but that's a goal for Suburban FCs. We'll get a replay to get a better look at it, because it bounced several different times, and I don't think anyone got a clean swing at it whatsoever. Yeah, no, it just happened to go off the hip, I think, of Aaliyah Bald, I want to say.
Another look one more time. Yeah, there she is.
Might
It
have
looks like it did hit her.
Yeah, no, it hit her. I just don't think she got a good clean swing at it, but it didn't matter. It's still a goal for Suburban FC.
Absolutely.
Ayla Bold gets credit with the goal.
Suburban trying to extend that lead already.
Well, the funny part you said, Ethan, is that before that, PEI had a pretty good sustained pressure for the opening few minutes of the opening stanza of this first half, and a completely switch for Suburban FC. talked about corner kicks in the previous matchup, how those can make such a difference between winning and losing, where they get that chaos in front of the net. You don't know where the ball's going to go. The goalkeeper does not have a clear line of vision of where the ball's going to go, can't track it. And there you saw a perfect example of that leading to a goal for Suburban FC.
Absolutely. And now PEI has a 1-goal road to climb, and they have 63 minutes to get back at it. But Suburban with great pressure already after the previous goal.
And keep in mind here, folks, that, as Ethan alluded to, these are 35-minute halves, so a full 70-minute match. Anything that is U15 in this tournament has been 35 minutes in each half.
I know why. Put it there.
As PEI will have a throw-in after allowing the 1 goal to go. And again, even that previous goal we talked about a moment ago, just hard to really fault the goalkeeper in that position, try and make a stop. When you have that much in front of you, you have to rely on your defensive center backs and left and right backs, and even some of your midfielder players to try and help and clear it out of the box. But if you can't do that, the longer it's going to stay there, the probability of a scoring chance arising will more likely happen. We'll see if Suburban FC can keep the pressure, or if PEI here can make a move, and they're trying to, as they just get past midfield and it gets knocked around the other way.
And that's been the story ever since I did say that PEI was putting on good pressure at the start of this game. Suburban has found out how to stop them from even entering the offensive zone, and that is where PEI was able to hold it, but Suburban cannot let them there. That would be huge for them, able to stop them at midfield 3 to 4 times past few minutes.
Yeah, again, shout out to everyone who's tuning in to the YouTube live stream of this event, as it's produced and powered by Maritime Athletic Profiles. It wouldn't be possible to have this tournament without their efforts, including the staff and crew here. We'll also have a couple of dazzling shots, not only from our sideline cameras, but the drone shots as well.
Yeah, always nice getting the extra angles. I mean, we always appreciate the wide and the tight camera. They're needed, and we have them most of the time, but it is nice seeing that field cam every once in a while come out, and obviously the drone. Get a good overhead view and get as many players as possible.
A couple of
the shot.
Bodies hitting the turf right near the booth where we're located. As Balder just scored it. There's Kamau fighting for it, along with Manuel Britton. Check that, Eva Barenthine. You see there in the replay. Mao and Barenthine fighting for it, along with Bald, and finally goes out. This sets up a free kick for Isla Bald. There's a kick that just came up a little bit. Here's a shot for Kamau, and picked up safely before anything could come up of it. As Emma Rand comes up with a stop.
And no fear there, going up and making sure she just grabs that and stopping the Suburban chance there. PEI yet to register a shot. Only one shot in this game so far. And not sure if they registered that goal as a shot. So, but trying to think, I'm not sure if there has been any other chances on net. So I believe they may have counted that deflection as a shot.
I would have counted it as a shot if I'm the stat keeper. I always feel pity probably the most for stat keepers for baseball, where a lot of the times when you're trying to do double plays, or if you get into the odd pickle situation of how you record that out, that can be time consuming. Or if you get a multitude of runs in a row.
Yeah, that can trick you up a little bit. I could see how that could be a little confusing.
Well, especially baseball, there's so many rules, too, you have to be able to follow. And if you don't know the rules inside and out, and it's also up to discretion of what you count as a ground out, what you count as a pop fly, and all that. As a score, what a response, too, from PEI. A cross shot that goes successfully past to tie it up at 1-1 here at Wickwire Field in this gold medal U15 girls matchup.
And we'll get another look at that on the replay coming up here. And you see the physicality being used, and no call comes to PEI's blessing as they use that opportunity to make this a tie game at 1 and get another overhead look shot from the right side all the way over to the left.
And that is a goal from none other than Ava Ramsey, who we did talk about is one of the key playmakers for PEI, and coming out of clutch time is now we tie it up. And you mentioned it earlier, Ethan, they were able to get pressure beforehand, and when you have a great striker like Ramsey who can outrun some of these center back players, that's going to be an advantage almost every time.
So 2 shots in this game, 2 goals. See if that pace comes up. Not what the goaltenders are wanting to see, but
it's probably not the best save percentage, ideally, you know.
Yeah, 0.
Non-existent.
It actually couldn't be a worse save percentage, nothing against the goalies, but that is the facts, 0%. But there'll be some saves in this one, I'm sure of that. I mean, the highest scoring game I've had is we had a 3-3 game over at SMU, and that one went to shootout. It was over 11 shots each team for that one.
Yep.
So
we've had a few games here in this tournament where it's gone up to about over 10 shots. Got about 13, I think 17 one game. A lot of action. Here comes Parker once again. Parker with a shot and a score! Parker going back-to-back with it, and less than a minute from scoring the initial first goal.
What a job from her at the start of this game. Less than 15 minutes in, 2-1 already, and with her second of the game, another solo effort. And just like I said last time, you see the physicality when she takes the ball there. Able to take it.
And it's exactly the same placement she had on the first shot on that right side. She went exactly the same exact side, a cross shot to the left, and was not able to stop it. So Ava Parker is on fire right now. You can't stop her. You can only hope to contain her at the moment.
And Suburban needs to find a way to respond.
And we've seen a few hat tricks up to this point.
I'm glad one of us is excited about having pizza for the 5th time today.
As we just had the pizza delivery guy stop in and give us some pizzas.
Always a blessing. Wouldn't be, as you probably heard in the broadcast, wouldn't be the first time we've had
No, it's been
pizza.
It's been part of the daily diet for the last 5 days.
Suburban going to try to regroup here in their back right corner. Nearing the halfway point of the first half, just a minute away.
A lot of time left in this one as Ball trying to send it up for Suburban FC as PEI took a 2-1 lead after they were down 1-0 initially thanks to that goal from Baldwin. It was a very weird one from the corner kick where bounce a few times, went off ball in the weird direction, and couldn't have been tracked down by Emma Rand and resulted in a goal. And then Parker with the same side twice within a minute of scoring the first goal. Goes back-to-back and is on a hat-trick alert.
Yeah, you could put those both in the same edit and convince me it was one goal.
It was almost exactly the same like Ethan was saying.
Suburban off the free kick there all the way to the PEI keeper and be moved back to midfield quickly.
Also, I'm assuming when I opened up, you're calling you green eggs and ham. I'm assuming that's not the first time you've heard that.
You know, it won't be the last. Absolutely, like when you're I mean, it's spelt Greenham, but it is Greenham. But
okay, Greenham, yeah.
But when if I was signing up for something and somebody asked me my last name, I would just say it was Greenham to make it easier on them to spell.
I feel like it's a people-pleasing tendency. If it's Greenham, just say Greenham.
And
we can work on that. We can make this a therapy session on broadcast if we need to. We have these services.
Greenham, it could be worse over here. My middle name was almost Glenn, which is my dad's middle name and what he goes by. But it ended up being Kenneth. But if it was Glenn, my initials would have been EGG. So it would have literally completed the green eggs and ham book.
I know,
right
that
there.
would have, yeah. I've had people, and it's weird because a lot of people don't mess up my name, but I've had someone say Mackinac as my last name before. Connor before, which I don't even.
Yeah, Nathan McKinnon definitely helped you
Yeah.
out on that one.
Well, some people get there's M-A-C-K and there's M-C-K, and they're both said the exact same way. They're just spelt differently. Also, anyone that spells Connor with an ER is just a less superior person, okay? I will say that. If I get that on my Starbucks order, I feel less of a person.
What would you do if you got a Starbucks order and it was C-O-N-E-R?
Oh, that's even worse. They didn't bother you to put the two N's. It would bother me for the rest of the day, actually, probably. I mean, it's not their fault, but I don't know how you have a life perspective and don't know how to spell like certain names. I feel like Connor, like the standard that you do two N's, but
The one that kills me is the Ethan, but they go E-A-T-H-A-N.
what?
Yeah.
No.
All the time at
No.
fast food, I'll get my receipt, and there's just an A between the E and the T.
Huh.
I've never met anybody that spells it like that, ever.
Well, I know there's a lot of factors to go into. If you're not born and raised here, or if you're coming from a different country, like all those factors go into spelling names, so I understand that too.
I mean, Liam, who was over at SMU with us, if you're like normally spelling Liam, you'd usually hear like
L-I-A-M, yeah.
L-I-A-M. He is L-I-E-G, or what is it? L-E-I-G. L-E-I-G-H-A-M. Yeah, I mean, it looks really nice on paper, though.
Oh,
Like,
and that was
I
a
understand it.
shot that hit come out right into the face. Seems to be okay, and good sportsmanship too from Eva Berthentine. As we have a side-by-side of the goals, and they look identical. Those, yeah, folks, you're not seeing double. You're seeing two different ones of the same in less than a minute. Appreciate our producer Dylan for doing that for us.
Good sportsmanship there as well from the teams. Thank you very much, Dylan. And I'm sure we'll take a look at that double replay one more time before the end of this game.
That'd be a good
sure.
one. Good one to use, especially if Parker ends up being the player of the game for this gold medal match. Time flies when you're having fun. Oh, and here comes Parker once again. Does have another one on the other side. Another chance for PEI to try and score, and just should have probably pulled the trigger on that sooner if you're Ranahan. As Parker was unselfish, trying to give a chance to her teammate, Mel Ranahan.
Suburban clears that back to center. PEI will try to regroup in their own end, putting it back midfield, right side.
The core trying to find Gill on the other side. Suburban on the far left side. A tackle that takes the shoelaces off. Good play made from Olivia Rowell.
Substitutions being made here for Suburban and PEI as well.
As Kamal will go down and enter the match. Kaylee Conrad in. And 34, Isley Hibberts. Ellie Feehan coming in for PEI. And a good play to hold. For PEI is Rand. Always one aspect of being a goalkeeper in soccer is knowing when to hold, to punt, or send it away, or to give a pass to start the offensive attack. As Ramsey, an incredible 2-goal performance.
PEI here. Picked up there.
Let's pass up ahead. Another chance, but offsides ruled.
On that right side,
Yeah,
too.
and
Oh, my
Ramsey
goodness.
got a little bit too excited that time around. And lost out of play for Morgan Clark. And it gives it right back to PEI as they try to run their offense as it's been humming here in this latter part of the first half.
Cross chance. Got a play there.
And here is a timely play for, again, Suburban FC. They scored a goal initially from the same position here, and this would be potentially a good chance to do it as well. We'll see if they can get a good scoring chance off this corner kick as it comes from Clark. Fires away. And well played defensively for PEI.
Nice job by PEI to know what was coming this time, and it did deflect off of them last time, but ended up going to their right. This time get it to go to the left, and
the wind definitely is playing some type of factor throughout this as it's picked up, and you have some of those crosswinds when you do corner kicks or when you're punting it. The wind could definitely affect the trajectory of the shot of where you want to plan it. So again, probably what you want to do if you're PEI or Suburban is try to keep the shots low in trajectory, try to not make it high looping, but sometimes it may go in your favor if you try to take a shot towards a goal and the goalkeeper can't really follow the positioning of where the ball is going to go due to some of the crosswinds here at Wickwire Field. Not the craziest day, but you can feel a breeze.
yeah, it'd be surprising how little a soccer ball can change in the air from some winds. So
Well, I mean, everything's about analytics nowadays. I know we are not this advanced, but think about baseball. One of the things they talk about is air resistance being such a huge factor whenever you hit home runs. So the higher the altitude, the less air resistance that you have, and then the more likely you're going to be able to hit home runs out of the park. Again, well, think about from this, like the Colorado Rockies is one of the reasons year after year that any team that has come there, they hit the most home runs because there's less air resistance, and that's why they call it the Mile High City for a reason. And with less air resistance, the ball can travel farther.
Yeah, and I mean, the Rockies had that, I don't know if you've seen that comeback against the Yankees where they were down 9-0 in the first inning the other night.
Yeah, I lived there for a year and went to one Colorado Rockies game, and their stadium is actually very nice. It's considered one of the nicest stadiums in all of MLB baseball. However, they just suck. If we're being honest, they're not a good baseball team historically. Maybe they're better this year.
I don't know if you know about no, they are the worst team.
Okay, they're still the worst team.
They are the only team to ever come back down 9-0 in the first inning.
Okay, well that's
after that.
Okay,
and it was against the Yankees.
That is a fun fact.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Yankees are Yankees. They just buy their teams every year. And they always buy the aging, kind of close to retired star that no one really wants anymore. But that's a whole other argument and conversation.
Just one more fun Yankees fact before
we
get off of them. The Marlins just beat them in a season series, and they have 1/6 of the payroll that Aaron Judge does on his contract currently on the team. And they were able to sweep them in a season series.
First time ever.
Yeah, first time ever. They're also the only team to have a positive record against the Yankees all time.
Wow. Someone's a big baseball fan from what I'm hearing.
No, my Instagram page is big because there's no sports. Football's done, hockey's done, basketball's done.
Soccer's not.
Yeah, we're doing soccer right now. That's true.
Yeah,
Soccer's always going.
Yeah, as Manuel Pritton did take a shot on goal that was saved. And here's a chance, for PEI, a similar position, and that is saved this time around. Ranahan, mentioned the name earlier, did also take a shot earlier, as that was sent all the way down to the center line near midfield.
Suburban able to keep that in play there. 5.5 minutes to go in this first half. Shots at 3 apiece. PEI in a 2-1 lead. Both goals coming from Ava Ramsey in this one so far for PEI. And it's a gold medal game if you're just tuning in and finding out now.
As we are approaching 5 minutes left in this first half. Some contact a few feet away from the box area as the ball goes sent the other way. As trying to create a turnover. Pretty close to it. It's sent back up to Gill. Gill trying to pass it up ahead. Find Hansen. And there's a trip, and there's a whistle, penalty, and a yellow card has been assessed to Isla Hibberts, which it's up to the referee's discretion to hand out a yellow card, but I thought that was a fairly routine play and someone getting tripped up.
Yeah, she'll have to be a bit more careful. Already on the ref's radar.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier to get that second yellow when you've already got one, for sure.
I will say, interestingly, when I've looked at yellow and red cards assessed in the AUS conference, and I've looked at those stats before this past year doing soccer coverage for St. Mary's University, and there is a stark difference in the amount of yellow cards and red cards assessed if you look at the men's division and the women's division. And it's an interesting I'm not going to get into the details of the conversation, potentially why that reason is, but it is interesting because for this sport, it is a very, very physical sport for both men and women, no doubt about it. And I've seen a lot of women throughout this tournament, young women throughout this tournament, just hit the deck hard on like some similar plays that could be assessed a yellow card too.
Yeah,
but yeah, you could look at the historical data on. I'm sure there's just a lot more that's called for men than for women. I'm sure there's a lot of reasonable explanations as to why, but just an interesting little fact that I've noticed when I've done some stat research. And there we have. We talked about physicality.
Just going to be a free kick here for Suburban.
There's Manuel Britton. Tripped up on the play. So we'll wait on the kick after the dead ball is placed. Chance for Suburban FC potentially to get something going. A shot looping and just a hand tip save from Emma Rand. Great stop from Rand.
One
see the
more
replay
look
of it.
there.
Is that had a chance to come out, and having the wherewithal too as a goalkeeper like Rand, not only to tip it up but to tip it back to the end line. It does set up a corner kick, which you may not want, but it's better than that staying in the goal area for an easy putback goal. As it's not a corner kick, they're sending it the other way. This shot is in. Here's a chance here for the goalkeeper Rand, and makes a nice stop. Manuel Britton was right there. Try put it back to keep a tie game as we're approaching less than 2 minutes to go in the first half of this U15 gold medal match between
Great job.
PEI and Suburban FC.
Great job by Rand to just make sure that PEI can try to hold this lead a little bit more at the end of the half. Still another minute for Suburban to score, but
A goalkeeper position's probably, in some ways, one of the hardest one from a mentality standpoint to get used to, because you're never, ever going to be able to have shutout after shutout after shutout. Just more than likely is not going to happen. You're going to allow a goal every once in a while. But what is your mindset once you allow the goal? How do you focus more? What strategies do you have to be able to cope with that to make sure that you're staying focused in the game? Especially at such a young age, too. What a lot of people don't realize about the sport aspect for these young men and women is the ability to teach them resiliency and being able to stay focused in the moment. Because it can be very easy to get in your own head, but when you're working with your team, you have teammates to try and come over and say, like, we got you, we believe in you. That can make a huge difference, too. So that is another aspect of sports that connects all of us, is the ability to overcome obstacles.
yeah, and especially with another aspect about that as well with goaltending, how they you might make a big save, but it's not often that you are the most memorable person in the game unless you let up nothing.
As Ramsey lowering the shoulder. Ava Ramsey not afraid to get a little physical here down the stretch. I mean, it's one of the reasons she was able to score 2 goals using that speed and power to use. And here's a throw in.
35th minute here, so
As there should be a whistle here coming up shortly. And there is, and that concludes the half for us, but not after a heck of a performance from PEI after going down 1-0, scoring 2 straight goals thanks to Ava Ramsey, the striker for PEI FC. As we'll see a couple of replays from it. We'll start with the first goal off the corner. That was scored by Isla Bald, as it was an awkward type of play that just went off the leg and went over Rand's head. Just the angle trajectory of it just happened to work out in favor of Suburban FC. But as you'll see here with Ramsey, made a move, right foot, crosser to the left, and we'll have the exact same play. It looks almost identical. You're not seeing double, just a little bit different, as we'll show it right now for the replay.
yeah, and you see that her doing the same thing again, as I said, and Connor just said as well.
And you could tell, too, she would slow down her gait just ever so slightly to get in position to kick it for a goal. And both of those look eerily similar, as that will conclude the highlights of this first half as we head into halftime. So we'll step aside from myself, Connor McKinn, Ethan Greenham, and the crew from Maritime Athletic Profiles. We'll step aside and bring you back with more second half coverage of this tournament in just a moment.
This isn't just a game. It's music, sunshine, and community. From the goals to the good vibes, this is soccer at its best.
The shot and scores. Cabello with his second goal of the game.
I like it. The players are nice. The staff's really nice. The fields are amazing. It's just an overall great vibe.
This is the Canada Youth Cup National Showcase on Maritime Athletic Profiles.
I'm Elliot Topolmiski, and I'm from BTB Soccer Academy. And we came to get more of a challenge and I feel like this is a good opportunity.
Amazing. How do you think the team has done today?
I think we've been good. I think there might have been a bit of nerves, but like in a good way, not too bad.
Yeah. And what areas do you think the team needs to improve on?
I think that we need to work on communication because we have it in some spots, but I feel like if we have more, then we'll be more connected on.
Wonderful. And do you have any team in particular you're looking forward to playing?
I think Lethbridge because they're also in Alberta, and I also think just like the teams here to see like what they're like.
Wonderful. And do you have someone you want to shout out to back home?
I would say my mom.
Honestly, it's just like get the ball down and do what we've been practicing, do what we know how to do, and just not choke up.
And what do you think about the vibe for today?
I liked it. It was very like uplifting, and everyone was like happy to be here and like play. It was nice.
Amazing. And what do you think the team needs to do to get that win?
I think we need to just be very collected, don't panic, and play our usual game.
Super fun, we're excited.
My mom and my dad. I love you guys, and thank you for letting me be here and getting me this fun.
Maybe you're a pre-med kicker. Or a sustainable business champion. Or a criminal justice historian. Or a next-generation coder. Wherever your passion lies, there's a place for you at St. Mary's University. Find what you're looking for out in the world, right here in Halifax.
It is often thought that glory is a matter of fate. But the truth is, no one was born a hero. It's an everyday journey. There are no shortcuts, no perfect scenarios, no days off. Things won't always go the way you expect. Sometimes you may ask yourself, why me? Why now? But overcoming challenges is part of the game too. It doesn't matter how strong your rival is or how hard the game.
And welcome back here, folks, to more coverage of this U15 gold medal match between PEI FC and Suburban FC. As it is a 2-1 lead in favor of PEI. It started off with a goal back in that first half in the 6-minute mark by Isla Bald on a corner kick. Then after that, and a few minutes later, back-to-back goals by Ava Ramsey. that really were exactly a mere identical image of each other, where we could show you a side-by-side of it, and it was just exactly the same.
We'll get a look at, just as you're talking about Ava Ramsey here, she had another chance to start this second half, just hitting the side of the net there, but she's actually going to be the one to go get this throw in as well.
As again, just the dynamic player that Ramsey is, as they give any type of space, she's been able to create it.
It's actually going to be a corner kick. Check that, not a throw.
Here's the corner kick. Ball is loose in the box area, still up and high. The violation going against PEI.
Up to the left side now.
To Manuel Britton.
To the middle.
And that's always dangerous when a ball is just bouncing in the box area. How many times we've talked about that, Ethan, throughout the broadcast, is anytime you have a ball just bouncing in the box area with a mass of bodies around it, you just never know what's going to happen. It's a goalkeeper's worst nightmare.
Well, I mean, that was the first goal. If you haven't checked into the first half, it's a good one to go watch. It was right near the start, so even if you want to zoom back this live stream and come back to where we currently are, it was a
here's another
nice
chance.
Start for Suburban.
Yeah, putting some pressure on, and they'll need it to try and tie this game after having that initial lead back early in the first half.
Ball goes out of play there.
Yeah, two unanswered goals from PEI, and Suburban trying to provide a solution. And funny enough, Suburban FC has had more shots on goals than PEI, but again, those have been quality chances for PEI.
Deflected out.
A heads up for everyone in the stands. And Quickwire Field has been the home for most of us in the 5 days. I don't even know why we even went home. We just should have spent the night here in the press box.
It's very cozy in here. I think I could do it.
No, yeah.
Little sleeping bag.
Yeah, a lot of sleeping bags, to create the space. Not sure how the Dalhousie staff would feel about that, as a little bit of shove to the ground there, and Hibbert's looking at the referee saying, "Did you see that?"
That's one thing I think about, and it's kind of a unison move in all sports when you want call to the ref. And you can say all you want, but nothing's going to happen if you don't put up both of your arms, palms facing to the sky, being like, what is happening?
Listen, there's a reason we have Oscars, and there's levels to this. There's A-list actors, B-list actors, C-list actors. Learn from the greats and adopt that into your playing.
That's what they say about soccer players.
Yeah, they do. I was trying not to make a comment about that earlier, just in general, because you want to be respectful to soccer. But I mean, there's literally a Key and Peele sketch about the over-dramatization of when you slide and hit someone. And I think, what was it, the Key and Peele sketch where he slid and tackled and he started convulsing. He actually died, came back, and scored a goal. It was just, if people haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a classic for me.
Yeah, and I mean, it's something to say about soccer, but another thing we were talking about earlier in this broadcast is actually the physicality of this tournament and soccer in general, and it's been very physical, especially this game. And to talk about Ava Ramsey one more time, and she has used her physicality to get lots of chances for PEI in this one, and that's been their strategy to score, so, and it's worked, being up 2-1. Midfield.
Yeah, and fortunately for Suburban FC, here's a chance for PEI. Shot, and that is well played. Good save. As Sullivan with the stop. Rolls it out.
To the middle there.
Ava Russell passing it up. Ramsey has a chance here, makes a move to the left. Wide open net, going for the hat trick, and does! Ava Ramsey with a pure and natural hat trick. What a performance in this gold medal match. Are you kidding?
Yeah, and it feels like we may never stop talking about Ava Ramsey on this broadcast.
As we'll get another replay of it.
You got the Ava to Ava connection there, able to move to the left side, getting around the keeper and having a wide open net.
I guess she wanted to show she was ambidextrous. She's like, I scored with the right foot twice. I can score with the left foot as well and drive left. And did that successfully. And this might be almost too much of a mountain for Suburban FC to try and overcome, as in a weird way, like, I love talking about Ava Ramsey, but also in the same way, like, I'm sure everyone else who's listening, that's a Suburban FC fan, is sick and tired of us talking, but that has been the story of this game and Suburban FC's inability to try and manage her. And at some point, you're just going to have to send a double over and have her try to facilitate and try it instead of trying to score and send a shot.
Absolutely, and when you have somebody who's put up 3 against you and good pressure by Suburban to stop her from getting the ball there, but it would be better just to have 2 on her. It feels like you're taking away 2 dangerous players, the right shot and the left shot with Ava Ramsey.
Yeah, what I don't understand, I must be getting old because I was going to make a point there and I forgot it for a minute. It'll come back to me. I'm getting up there.
He doesn't understand the point he was going to make.
No, I did. I had it in my head that I stretched for a second because we just been in the booth and tried to move my arms around that I got distracted.
No, it's just one movement that can get you sometimes
I know.
on these long
yeah,
days. I'm sure it'll come back. We don't even have to say that.
I'm surprised my back didn't seize up there. I'm getting that old. Oh God, where's the wheelchair? Honestly, at this point.
Go out of bounds there. Left side of the field. 7.5 minutes into second half now.
You know the worst part about it, I'm not even going to remember the whole broadcast, but the point I was trying to make, then I'll be on for a run or something like that, then it will come back to me. That's going to be what irritates me the most.
You'll just be in the shower in like 5 weeks thinking about this very moment right here.
Yeah, I had this happen recently where I was trying to remember something, I couldn't remember it, and it just went away, and then for whatever reason I went for a run, and it just popped up as I was finishing my run. And speaking of running, our producer had a run with a few of the Maritime Athletic Profiles crew to see who would win, and he won. Apparently has a track background that we didn't know about, so it seemed like he withheld some information that probably affect the betting odds of that race.
Yeah, he heard the words Melvin's going to win this race, and he turned a new gear, so.
Said he hasn't run since 6th grade. Well, still has experience.
More track experience than the other two, so.
We love the male ego. It's so big. We have to win everything. Toxic masculinity for the win, folks.
To the middle.
For Manuel Britton, has a little bit of space at the top of the penalty arc. That goes wide right. That's Izzy Bernard is now the goalkeeper of the second half for PEI. And a shot sent over and wide.
In the past few minutes has been good pressure from Suburban.
And Suburban, we mentioned after that first initial goal, have given up 3 unanswered goals, all to Ava Ramsey.
Out of play near the timekeepers there. She'll throw it in right at center.
And trying to track it down was Morgan Clark.
Kept in there.
Nice here's another chance. Stolen away. It's still loose in the box area. And cleared by Suburban FC, but PEI still right in the mix of it all.
On the ground trying to make plays, but Suburban able to take it out, moving through the middle.
Yeah, it's Manuel Britton with it. And that's taken away quickly by Olivia Rowell. And kicked past the sideline.
PEI will throw that.
AL Ranahan with the throw in, or was going to be. And there's a pass up ahead, and there's another chance for Ramsey. Ramsey, if she would go to 4th goal, I would have been. But that is the one thing about Ramsey that probably makes it so difficult for this center back positions for Suburban FC to go against, because of the gear switch that Ramsey go into. Very rare do you have soccer players that can change the gear that they go into, or they're at this normal pace as everyone else, and all of a sudden they could switch it in a moment's notice. A lot of the great players have it. And so far, Ramsey's been delivering it at this biggest stage of the tournament for this U15 division.
Yeah, and she's used that quite a few times in this game. See if it ends up coming to her. Yeah, and the physicality.
Yeah, no, Ramsey's been doing it all. We talked about it.
And we've also had plays of her coming down, making the pass. It wasn't the ones that went in, but it has to be in the back of Suburban's mind that you really don't know what's going to come out of Ava Ramsey. Suburban regrouping. Left side, midfield.
Here's a chance for Clark. Clark pushing it up, moving from the defensive duties to the offensive duties. Pass up ahead, and that was well played and cleared away.
At the 50-minute mark now.
Yeah, the pass is trying to be set up for McLagan, actually, on that pass from Clark. And again, sometimes you'll see that from that left back position. Their typically primarily duties are always to try and help out their center backs, but they could occasionally facilitate and try to set up the scoring offense, as there's a few substitutions coming in for PEI. Naomi Kamau and Kira Panopoulos into the game for Suburban FC.
Thrown in. Play gets back underway now. Ball stayed in play for Suburban at that time, but not before a free kick will be called there.
Again, we always love our producer. It always has some interesting conversations that happen to go on when we don't talk with the rest of the camera crew. We love our good old Discord chat.
Yeah, there's interesting conversations going on all day over there. I mean, I've been a camera operator sitting in those, so gotta pass the time somehow, right?
And still, it's been a bit stagnant for Suburban FC.
Chance here.
And it just hits the side of the net.
They may not get a better opportunity for the rest of this game, being down by 2 as well.
Yeah, we'll see a replay of the chaos as Izzy Bernard went down, was trying to put a stop to this. Seemed to be okay, and it was friendly fire, too. Check, that was not friendly fire. It was check, that was not friendly whatsoever.
Hard to tell when
oh, it was a
she's wearing gray.
Yeah, it
and
was
like,
opposing team. Yeah, I know, just a split second.
I was actually just going to say something about that. It looks like they're teammates, but
well, Clark with it.
Centered there, nothing home.
And that's been the difficulty, besides the corner kick opportunities, just in the natural flow of their offense. It hasn't gone the way they have intended it to. I probably said this multiple times over the broadcast for people who have tuned in, but just to give people perspective on the amount of games that have been covered here, there's been 56 games in 5 days.
Yeah, it's been a grind, especially for the people that have been a part of all of them. Me and Connor can't exactly say that,
No.
but big thank you.
About 3/4 of it, probably, though. Yeah.
I'm over a third.
I did about 60%, so under 3/4. Like if you're doing the percentage, actually.
Yeah.
They did 3 out of the 5 full days. Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's 66.67%. So that's not fair. No, because if you do 3.5, if you like multiply it out to 100 percentage point, then it's 60%. And there's a shot from Suburban FC. So they're starting to get it going a little bit more, with Kamau now taking a shot.
Still nothing getting by there, though. They have just 5 shots on the game, but obviously shots that aren't directly on target aren't registered, and they've had many chances in this one, so not always great to look at the scoreboard in the shot category for reference on how the game's going.
No, you can't, and if you're any player, you just always have to pretend the scoreboard is 0-0, and there's going to be a natural urgency when you're down, too, to play a little bit harder, but you have to have that mindset so that you can run and play the teams. When you start to press, go out of what you usually do as a team, that's when mistakes tend to happen. That's why it's so important whenever you're coach, no matter what level, to play a lot of situational soccer so that when these moments do come, that no matter the environment or the situation, that you're ready for it. They do it all the time in every sport. I mean, with football going on right now in training camps, how many times do they do red zone, 3rd down, or 4th down situations so that you know what plays you would potentially run based on what coverage is being presented?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that from certainly playing football and hockey growing up. Definitely situation-based. Like in hockey, you'd get the empty net situation, or maybe you get a 4-on-3 power play with 40 seconds left in the period. What are you going to do on those 40 seconds? Something like that, right? So just that kind of stuff in practice, and really important for soccer too. And this is kind of one that even could come up. You got 10 minutes, you're down 2 goals. What is the team going to do to try to get back into this one?
Yeah, practice, you stay ready so you never have to get ready. As PEI almost had a chance to pass it up ahead to Drew Hansen. There's a shot that goes a little bit too far wide right of the goal.
Drop kick down into the middle there. Thrown in there. Deflected out of play. PEI in front of their bench.
And I think if you're Suburban FC at this point with approaching 10 minutes left, you're just going to have to try and send shots deep into the territory and hope that your attackers can be able to stay on sides as they start to compete. That's been one thing I would say. I know it's been a little tough with the defensive front that is been PEI. They've done a good job of being able to clear, but they got to change something here to get more shots up, and even taking shots from the back.
This PEI comes out with it again.
You see as Clark gets it to Bald, who's only had the 1 goal today for Suburban FC. Here's a move out to the right side and cleared away. Past the sideline, making life a little bit more difficult.
And one thing to note, not to be against Suburban, but with PEI's 3 goals, all 3 of their goals came not only from Ava Ramsey, but they came from pure shots. So they generated those chances, which is something that Suburban really needs to do with their 1 goal coming off of a weird corner deflection, really.
Yes.
So
And here's a chance here potentially, and that was close. As you can see, Willa Foster was coming in for that one, and Isa Bernard just able to get there just in time before that could have been a goal with plenty of time left reasonably for Suburban FC to come back into. We'll try to see another look at it at the dead stoppage. But you're starting to see Suburban FC ramp it up a little bit more. They're throwing some shots, trying to get it into the box area, waiting for more people. And if you might have to change the scheme up a little bit to put less manpower in the back, even though it does put you at risk. And here's a chance again for Foster. Foster lost it to Rowell.
PEI with possession in their own end now.
Yeah, Kamau making it a little bit difficult. A lot of, you sometimes hear some of the parents in the crowd do some words of encouragement and even some coaching too. It's always fun. Some of these interactions with these teams when they played has been very entertaining with the family members.
Yeah, and absolutely. And playing sports growing up, I find that you might not listen to that random parent yelling out something to you, but once you hear maybe your parent's voice, it kind of clicks in you that you should try and do this thing, and might go and do it. So hoping a Suburban parent goes out and says, hey, let's score 2 goals right now. Get this one tied up, but PEI on the side now. Out of play once again. Entering the last 7 of this game. Through the middle, Suburban now.
Yes, sir.
Goalkeeper going to regroup. And this may be the last gold medal game of today, but we have bronze medal game coming up after this one at the U15 level once again.
We sure do after this one. It's a bronze medal Fund United versus Hamilton United. And following up, that will be the girls. And then we have a U15 boys matchup, PEI FC versus Suburban FC. That will take place at 8:15 p.m. And before that, we talked about that bronze medal for girls. It will start at around 6:30, which we should be able to start just on time, depending how things go, as we still have a few minutes left to go. As you have a few parents in the crowd, not too happy with that no call. We had the one yellow card earlier back in the first half, and since then, no. And there's definitely been a few plays here and there that they have not blown a whistle on or let go.
And just been a battle at midfield. PEI taking down time as we enter the last 5 here for the gold medal.
Pass up ahead and stopped and saved once more. Izzy Bernard. As we're less than 5 minutes to go to the end of regulation, and we crown a gold medal winner here at Wickwire Field for the U15 girls. I'm still amazed the amount of people that aren't as sunburnt as I would be if I had to operate cameras out there today. I would be as red as Larry the Lobster if I had to do all that camera operation, unless I'd put sunscreen on every 30 minutes to an hour.
Sometimes I do not know how our field operator Kaylee is not just a tomato.
She definitely has gotten a little red for sure, just a little bit, but not as like I would.
I know, but she's been here for 5 days straight.
Yeah,
doing this, right?
I know. I don't get it. It's an anomaly.
I mean, I was outside yesterday, and I got a good farmer's tan going on, so.
As PEI still trying to get involved.
Holding on there. Suburban 3 minutes to try to get 2 goals. A miracle would need to come into play now at Wickwire Field. Substitutions at the end of this one as well.
Here comes Clark. Will occasionally bring it up. As Manuel Britton trying to chase it down. And again, that's kind of one of the coaching chair's advice we've given is to try and be aggressive and send some shots up forward. And that's what they've been trying to do. As Manuel Britton trying to race it down, and offsides is called. And a free kick. We're approaching less than 2 minutes to go.
The celebration going to start momentarily for PEI, just a minute and a half away from U15 gold. As they battle in front of the bench now.
As we're less than a minute to go, and let's have a little bit of a miracle happen. We'll have PEI FC be the gold medal winners of this U15 division, but Suburban FC will finish with a silver medal. Both teams have something to hang their hat on if they leave this tournament successfully, as the Canada Youth Cup National Showcase.
Taking into the final 30 now. Suburban will take this out the last 10 seconds of center field, and whistle should be coming now, and
there's a shot and picked
Stop
up and
there.
saved. Yep.
That'll do
The
it.
whistle blows, and that is going to do it. As Ethan commented on, PEI FC is your gold medal champions for this U15 division, and thanks to a large part by the effort of the team, but specifically the performance that Ava Ramsey had today. 3 goals, a hat trick to cap it off. What a day, what a performance, and what a tournament for Ava Ramsey and the crew. And for Suburban FC, They had a chance earlier on with that one goal, but a lot of different players to talk about and highlight. They have been doing a great job so far, and one of the reasons they made it to this final round, so give a lot of credit to them as they go to the handshake line. And with that being said, we will step aside here as we do have some more post-game coverage. We'll have a conversation with the player of the game for this U15 gold medal match, and then wrap it up and head to the bronze medal for the U15 girls. We'll bring you back with more coverage of this U15 round in just a minute.
Congregate behind the goal to protect yourself against the awards and medal ceremony.
I'll tell you who it is. You guys don't leave it, right? Somebody will be like,
yeah, you have to go down by the canteen. I know. I think you're rushing the boys.
Doesn't matter if all eyes are on you or if nobody's watching. And if you're forced to improvise, show everyone there are no limits to what you can do. In that moment, nothing else matters. Your time is now. When passion runs through you, become your own hero.
At Dalhousie University, ocean expertise flows directly into the blue economy. We're advancing clean tech and digital solutions and shaping tomorrow's workforce. We're turning today's challenges in medicine and healthcare into tomorrow's opportunities. And through our community partnerships, we support discovery and inclusion that make a real difference. This is Dalhousie University, where local collaboration meets global impact.
We're here with Ava Ramsey, number 8, gold medal champion and MVP of this gold medal game as well. Ava, how does it feel to have a hat trick in this finals matchup?
It feels really good. That was my goal for this game. I came in thinking that I was going to get at least one.
Yeah, absolutely, and getting 3, obviously more than 1, that's
huge. And the one goal that Suburban had as well, what was your guys' thoughts when Suburban took that lead early in the first half? What were you guys saying?
Well, I knew we had to get it back because it was 5 minutes into the game. We can do better than that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you obviously did better than that. We were talking about your physicality, especially on those first 2 goals, able to shove off the other players, and they looked identical. Have you been practicing that move at all?
Yeah, I practice them at my house a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have a favorite moment from this tournament at all?
Yeah, this game because I scored 3 goals. It was really special.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you have anybody you want to shout out at home?
My Nana, because she's watched all the games.
All right, shout out there at home. And that should do it here for Maritime Athletic Profiles in this gold medal championship. Thank you. And we'll have you sign the camera.